Hi folks, welcome back to The Addicted Bookworm. Happy Monday. Oh god, oh man alive, I am so happy to be home. I am so tired right now. Oh man, this cough is probably one of the huge reasons why I'm tired. Because all I was doing during the shift was coughing. Thankfully, I wasn't around food or anything, so yeah, I don't have like the flu or the cold or anything. What I think happened was that when I went to get these from the Amazon driver, I inhaled some of the particles that was coming out of that apartment in the front of the building. So like, it's like 2 in the front, 2 on the second floor in the front, and then 2 in the back, and 2 upstairs in the back. So, and weirdly enough, the downstairs are the only ones with like air conditioning. At least I think. I don't know. I have not seen any dead bodies coming out of those top ones. But anyways, yeah. So yesterday I did a video showing off my new milk case, and I just want to do a little update on how that's going, using this instead of using the case that covers. So much better. I can handle this device so much better. So speaking of said devices, I did finally finish Murder in the Library. I don't remember the author's name, but I did get the second book in the series. I know I wasn't going to do it, but I liked that book so much that I picked it up second in the series. So, yeah. Hold on a second. Alright, so gonna let this bad boy turn on. Anyways, so Murder in the Library is the first book in this series, and it's about a woman who comes back home, and her grandmother is the library director, and there's this guy. I cannot remember the guy. I think his name was Vincent. I'm not exactly sure. I'm tired. I don't remember who the name of the dead body, but I do remember other things about him. He was very, very unpleasant and nasty, and he absolutely hated cats. He hated cats. So yeah. And see here. It's Elaine Jacobson. That's the name of the author. So he's found dead inside of this area where it's a room full of books that have been returned, and so they're books have been returned. His body's found, and at first when we get to the dead body, the author doesn't say who the dead body is. But then a little bit later on, we find out it was this one guy. And so our protagonist, I believe her name is Hudson. Oh man. Sorry guys. She has to find out who wanted this thoroughly unpleasant man dead, and we find out that it's a little bit more complicated than what she thinks. And so we find out that this guy, he had a brother named Reginald. And Reginald had dyslexia. And the victim was like, he didn't have it, but if any children that he had would most likely have it. So there is some disability representation in the book, but it's not like hit over your head. It's part of the plot of the book. I know some people get real upset about disability representation. I don't know why. When you live with somebody with a disability, you don't think that disability representation is a bad thing. So this woman named, I believe her name is Ashley, who's an A. And she's got a son, and her son is being tutored by a guy called Eric. And he has dyslexia, which is why he's being tutored. And sure enough, we find out that Reginald got this girl pregnant. She had a son. The son, of course, is the kid with dyslexia. And she decides to essentially get back at Reginald's brother for all the nonsense that the family did. Like, basically, like, brainwash Reginald into, like, not wanting to have anything to do with his son, which I think is really, really just bad. But towards the end of it, like, you know, he came down with cancer, and that kind of puts your life into some kind of priority. He realizes that he needs to like do something. So yeah, so it turns out the killer had I think she thought it was a good reason to kill. I don't really know if it's a good reason to kill. But yeah, she did. Not only did she kill the unpleasant guy, but she killed this one guy with a pink bowling ball. I'm thinking, what what? I loved it. It was a good book. All right, so I gave it 5 stars on Barnes & Noble, and I am currently reading. I am on chapter 5 of the second book of the Murderbot's Diary. So I'm very, very happy about that. What I did with my Nook was that I actually just basically like pressed to make it show only the downloads that I have. So it cut a lot of the books I have way in half. So yeah, I have about 32 books that have been downloaded onto my device. Everything else is just waiting to be downloaded. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to read those 32 books, which does include the second book that I just acquired. And once I am done with that, then I will take that little thing off, and I will pick like 3 books to read, and that's how I'm going to get my my number down to 0. Anyways, so that is it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will be back later on today. I am hoping to get I'm off today, so I'm hoping to get my Nancy Drew book finished. I started that yesterday, like before I went to work. But I took my Nook to work instead of my Kindle or my Kobo, because I was starting on the Murderbot Diaries. I was like 5 chapters away from finishing murder in the library. So, yeah, I'm really super excited. I'm definitely excited. So, yeah. So if anybody wants to know if the Nook is perfect for you, it is for me. So, alright, I'll quit holding my Nook. You know it's gorgeous. I'll see you guys around. Bye.